Welcome back to Worth Coin. Today, we're diving deep into the world of two legendary US quarters that might be hiding in your pocket change, your coin jar, or even tucked away in that forgotten drawer. The 1776 to 1976 Bicentennial Quarter and the 1999 Connecticut State Quarter might look like ordinary coins, but a few ultra-rare versions are turning heads in the coin collecting world and selling for jaw-dropping amounts. Some of these could fetch over $450,000 if you know what to look for. These aren't just coins. These are hidden treasures. So, do you have one of these? Stick around, because what we reveal next might just make your heart skip a beat. And hey, if you're passionate about coins or just curious what that old quarter in your kitchen drawer might be worth, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell. You do not want to miss what's coming next. First up, let's kick things off with the coin that nearly every American has seen, but almost no one knows could be worth a small fortune even in bad shape. We're talking about the 1776 to 1976 Bicentennial Quarter, that iconic piece of US history minted to celebrate America's 200th birthday. Now, maybe you've got one of these lying around. They're easy to spot. Instead of the usual eagle on the reverse, this coin proudly features a colonial drummer, standing tall, a torch of victory to his left, and stars encircling him like a celebration frozen in metal. But here's the part that'll make you look twice. Most bicentennial quarters in circulated or bad condition. Sure, they're common, worth 25 cents, maybe 50 if you're lucky. But what if I told you that a few of these, yes, even in rough condition, have shocked collectors by selling for thousands? One example, with heavy wear but a double die obverse, that's a rare error where Washington's face and the word Liberty look slightly doubled, sold at auction for over $4,500, despite being visibly circulated. Why? Because error. Collectors don't care about shininess. They care about rarity. And it gets even wilder. There are bicentennial quarters that were accidentally struck on silver planchets, coin blanks meant for $50, or on experimental planchets. These rare anomalies can look just like a worn-out coin, but under the surface, they're hiding value. One of these oddities, found in a handful of pocket change and nearly thrown away, ended up selling for $19,200. Now imagine that old, dingy coin in your drawer might be one of just a few known to exist. There's even a 1776 to 1976 quarter graded as an off-center strike with the triple die reverse, discovered in a junk box, that hit auction floors for over $42,000. In fact, auction houses like Heritage and Stack's Bowers have seen consistent upward momentum on error bicentennial coins, and collectors are willing to pay insane premiums. So, how can you tell if your bicentennial quarter is more than just pocket change? Look closely, even if it's scratched, even if it's dull. Is there doubling in the lettering or in George Washington's profile? Does the drummer's hat or drum show signs of doubling or misalignment? Does the edge of the coin look slightly miscut or off-center? You don't need to be a professional. All you need is a simple magnifying glass and a sharp eye. And one more thing, don't clean it. Cleaning a coin can instantly reduce its value by 90%. Collectors want originality, not shine. So next time you find a 1776 to 1976 quarter that looks bad, don't toss it aside. It might just be the ugly duckling that turns into a six-figure swan. And we're just getting started. The next coin on this list, it comes from the very beginning of the State Quarter series, and one rare error version recently caused a bidding war that stunned even veteran collectors. But before we get there, if you're enjoying the thrill of this coin hunt and want more tips on how to spot hidden treasures in your change, make sure to subscribe to Worth Coin right now. You do not want to miss what's coming next. Next up now, let's talk about a coin that marked the very beginning of one of the most successful coin programs in US mint history, the 1999 Connecticut State Quarter. You might think it's just another pretty coin from the State Quarter series, but this one hides secrets. At first glance, it's elegant and timeless. The reverse side proudly displays the charter oak, that legendary tree that once hid Connecticut's royal charter from British troops. It's more than just a tree, the symbol of rebellion, independence, and American grit. But beneath that patriotic design lies something far more thrilling. Most people think their 1999 Connecticut quarter is only worth 25 cents, maybe a buck or two in good shape. And in most cases, they're right. But there's a handful of rare coins out there. Rare, almost mythical, and worth thousands even in fine condition. Here's where it gets interesting. In 1999, the U.S. Mint used new technology and new dies to roll out the state quarters. But with new equipment came new problems, and that's exactly where the gold is. Some Connecticut quarters from the Philadelphia Mint were struck on experimental planchets blanks that weren't intended for quarters at all. A few were mistakenly struck on planchets meant for foreign coins or prototype blanks. These can appear slightly yellow, weigh differently, or even sound different when dropped on a surface. One of these experimental errors. It sold for over $12,000, and it wasn't even in perfect condition. Just fine grade, lightly worn. But that rare planchet made all the difference. Another Connecticut quarter had a dramatic die crack running straight through the charter oak. To the untrained eye, it looked like just a scratch. But to collectors, that was a mint-caused error, a one-of-a-kind flaw, and it brought in $4,800 at auction. Now, the Holy Grail? A 1999 Connecticut quarter struck 50% off-center, still showing partial details from the neighboring state quarter die. Only two are known to exist. One of them sold for a shocking $45,000. That's right, 45 grand for a quarter someone almost spent at the grocery store. So how do you spot one of these valuable Connecticut quarters in fine condition? First, weigh it. If it's significantly under or over the standard 5.67 grams, you might have a rare planchet. Next, check the edges and lettering. Look for misalignments, off-center strikes, doubling in the word Connecticut, or unusual colors or textures in the metal. And don't forget to inspect the charter oak itself. Many valuable errors involve die chips that make the branches appear thicker or disconnected, and these seemingly minor flaws can mean major money. Remember, condition isn't everything. Even a fine grade coin, some scratches somewhere, average looking, can become a collector's dream if it has the right error. So before you spend that Connecticut quarter at the gas station, give it a second look. You just might be holding a rare strike worth more than most people's cars. And the hunt continues, because coming up next, we've got another 1776 to 1976 Bicentennial quarter. But this time, it's in uncirculated condition, and what it sold for might just break your brain. But before we reveal that, if you've made it this far, and your heart's racing just like mine, don't forget to subscribe to Worth Coin and hit the notification bell so you never miss these hidden treasure reveals. Who knows? The next coin might be in your pocket.